lads, I'm currently here at my hotel in Koh Samui. It is 20 minutes to 6 in the morning and it is blue hour right now, which is where the sky is like a really deep blue colour, as you can see there. It happens before sunrise and right after sunset, I believe, in Southeast Asia. It's common in like Thailand, Vietnam, Bali, but we're about to head up to the overlap stone 2, which is right up on the mountain there. I believe it's about 250 meters above sea level, so obviously you've got the ocean right there, and we're about to head 250 meters above that. And I've got to tell you, I have been up here. This is the most insane view that I've seen anywhere in the world that I've been to, with what little countries I've been to. But we're gonna ride up the hill on the bike right now, and we're gonna go and watch the sunrise. I'm super excited for this. All right, lads, so we've arrived up to the mountain. Obviously there's no one here because of how early it is. That's why I've come this early. That is just so difficult to get up. Like, I was shitting myself at like 2 sections there. It feels like you're gonna fall off, but we made it. This is the hill we've got to walk up now because we're in a no bike zone. We can't even get up there on a bike, which you'll see why in a second. Like, the bike would not even physically be able to get up there. But what I'm going to show you is, as we walk up, is just how different people here live. Like, there are people living in jungle huts. So this just here is like someone's business. This is someone's store. They make juices. They charge for the parking there. Obviously it's not open, so I can't pay him. But there's so much different stuff in this part of Koh Samui compared to the rest. This isn't really the westernized part, okay? There's people living in jungle huts here, which I'm going to show you in a second. So as we walk up here, it only continues to get steeper, and I'm going to continue to get more and more puffed. So if I flip that around, you can see just how steep that one is. There's a jungle hut here. I don't want to be too loud in case I wake someone up. But you can see there's like a fridge and stuff in there. I don't know how they have power. I think that one might actually be a bar, but I'm not sure if someone's staying in there. But you'll notice some of them have like backyards, like chicken coops and stuff. Oh shit, yeah, he is. He's sleeping. There's a bed down the bottom there. So you see that? That's someone's house, right? You can see down the bottom there. There's a little house underneath. There's a chicken coop, and you'll see over there, just in those trees, there's another one. There's a whole bunch of them. As we get up, it just gets steeper and steeper. It's so funny, some of the roads here are like a little bit bodgy, as in they got potholes and stuff. They're good for the most part, but it's funny because you get up on the mountain here and the road's like brand new, no potholes, it's super smooth. I suppose it has to be that way. Oh, otherwise it's a safety hazard, but my goodness, I'm puffed. I tell you what, I'll be getting my steps in today. I better be quiet because we're coming up to this person's jungle hut. But you can already see how high up we are and how steep the terrain is we're getting on. Check out this view. So we've missed the sunrise, obviously that's past, but there wasn't much of a sunrise anyway. So I guess you just get the view. Right, we're nearly at the top, but check this out. There's a full excavator up here, but somehow motorbikes can't get up here. How on earth does that work, right? Motorbikes, you would think, are far more high powered. Right, we're walking up backwards. This is our view so far. I'm telling you, once we get to this view, it'll be like the top of your head blew off. Thank God we're almost there. I don't know that I could walk much longer than this. We've just arrived to the stone. This is a sign at the top of the hill here. The other day, I actually got up here, started walking up there because I missed the sign. You can already see that view's becoming pretty hectic. You can see the beach down there. So something you're going to notice is, despite this being a super touristy spot, where it is just so random. Like, if that sign wasn't there, you probably wouldn't know how to get here. Because just looking around here, What's here? Nothing. I mean, they've got a bit of construction going on in that. There's not a whole lot else. And I mean, just walking in here at first glance, you definitely wouldn't think the best view of the whole island's up here. So we walk through this little alley. It smells like the fruit buckets from primary school, like off fruit. We walk in here. Usually you pay right there. No one's here. So I guess what it is if you get in outside of staff hours, you get in for free. As we walk in, there's a capybara farm, or a capybara like viewing thing. Damn, we do get a little bit of a sunrise up here. I don't want to flip the camera around too soon. It'll spoil it because I'm not at the absolute best part yet. But it looks like they've now got a little bit of construction going on up here. Here at the overlap stone, there's 4 main viewing points. There's like the C seat, then there's the big circular stone up the top, there's the hand, and then there's the big stone right next to the hand. I'm going to show you all 4. It appears as though I'm the only one here at the moment. This is a hectic view to start us off. Suss that out. So you can see, sort of got the sun peeking through the clouds there. See, there's some very steep steps. You really got to watch this step here. So what I'm doing, walking up these steps, and now I'm literally looking over the edge like the entire island. That's us. Check that out. So I'm actually just realizing there's a spot down there that I didn't go to the other day. There's like ladders. There's a ladder there, and I guess you can hang off the edge. But I think for obvious reasons, I'm not going to do that today, right? It's pretty cool being up here when there's no one here. So we're going to head back up the stairs here now, and I'm going to show you the second view, which is pretty insane, but I'm trying to show you them in the order that I find like the least insane to the most insane, okay? That's gnarly, bro. So, I mean, here you've obviously got that head. That looks pretty sick. That'll make for some nice shots for Insta, actually. We move past that and we head up these stairs here. This is, in my opinion, the second most insane view. We head up a second set of steps. And once we get to the top, not a whole lot of room up here. But you see all this in the background, it's nothing special. You flip the camera around, you got this circular rock with an even higher vantage point of the whole island, or at least the whole Chaweng side. So that suburb there is the party district known as Chaweng. That's where all the parties are going on. So we were just down there, obviously statues there, and now we're even higher. It's such a mental view. Damn, look at that tree. That'd be a solid 15 meter tall. It's got coconuts. Are they coconuts or mangoes? Pretty sure they're coconuts. They're coconut trees. Brother, have a crack at that. That just looks insane. Right, so now we head back down the steps, and I'm going to show you a couple more places just before we get to the main viewing points that everyone's posted on IG. The 2 that I'm going to show you next are the ones that go the most viral, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's like a panoramic view. It's where you can see the most coverage of the island, and you can also see a really nice lit sky at sunrise and sunset. But where we are now is just heading up this little trail where you can see the roots of the trees wrapping around the concrete, or wrapping around the stones rather, I should say. We come up here and it really is like you don't know what your next turn's going to be. Like, it's a mad view from up here as well. But you got some nice little bean bags up here to chill on, I guess just to watch the view. Something I've noticed, that's a super commonly occurring thing here in Koh Samui. Like, anywhere there's a lookout, they've got bean bags, and usually they've got like a bar type thing so you can drink whilst looking at the view. I'm looking at the view right now, wow. Even though it's a bit smoggy, have a look at this, bro. And to think that I'm up here by myself, like I have this whole entire area to myself. Oh, and a cat apparently. Oh, that's a cute little cat. So we're about to head down to that big ass stone there and a hand next to it. One thing I want to show you before we leave from up here, because I think it is interesting for foreigners like myself, just coming here and seeing the standard of building that they have being so different. So you're gonna, I'll flip this around. They're just building that. I saw them like sitting on that the other day. There's no safety perimeters around like having a border around the outside in case you fall off. They just sit on that, no safety equipment, no, not even a hard hat. And it's just drilled into the side of the rocks, which I'm going to show you when I get down there. We got a nice view looking through that way. Obviously it's not uninterrupted, but we're going to go down and I'm going to show you the absolutely mental view from the hand and the big rock. See, once again, brother, like, what is this? Are you supposed to walk along that? Like, is that supposed to be another lookout? And that's a handrail. That's what it looks like. That's, it's just proper loose building rules here, bro. I feel like this view would be on another level of insane at sunrise. As in, of course, we got up hoping to see the sunrise, but there wasn't really much of a sunrise this morning given how smoggy it is, I guess you'd say, because it's so humid. There's a bit of smog in the air, but I'm about to flip the camera around and show you what is probably my favorite view personally. So we walk along this bridge here, okay? This is me by myself. If I fall, no one's here to see it. We walk up these stairs and have a crack at that. That's insane. So that down there is like the bottom portion of the island. Now, I'm no professional, so I'm actually not too sure on the name of that part of the island. What I do remember though is the original place that I booked before cancelling was in that part of the island. So I'm not too sure what that part's called. You got Chaweng up there. We're in Lamai right now, which is where the overlap stone is. And then you got the bottom portion of the island there. And then, if I'm not mistaken, that island that you see over there, that other semi-big one, that one's called Tayen Island, T-A-E-N, Tayen. And then up the other way, so in the opposite direction, you got Koh Phangan and Koh Tao. Okay, so those are like the neighboring islands. Now I'm here for another week, and I believe this video will be out before I leave. So I really am curious, do you guys want me to visit the neighboring islands, see what they have to offer? Because I feel like maybe it will be a bit of a wasted opportunity to come all this way to Koh Samui and not visit the neighboring islands in the time that I'm here. Just look around. Look where we are right now. There's no one else here. The rainforest. Whoa, you got a big eagle up there. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. I think you'll be able to see that eagle. I hope you can. Something I want to point out is how low the water is here. So I was at the beach yesterday, but even from my apartment, because of how high up it is, you can see that the water has like a bunch of sandbanks in it. Like, you can go 100 meters out and still be touching sand. So suss that out. That's the like beaches there, 100 meters out right there. There's a big ass sandbank, and you can see how low it is. Obviously there's deeper parts surrounding it, like if you go in the middle there, it's deeper, and then there are big like drop-offs. Interesting, but you know, it's funny. I guess you could say these views is to die for, because if you fall off, you're dead. All right, there's no safety around here. I think the reason that this is some of the most beautiful scenery you'll ever see is because there's not really many regulations around this sort of thing. As in, if you had this in Australia, you would have to have so many guardrails and safety perimeters around. Like, even if people fell, there'd have to be nets like there are on the seat over there. Whereas here, it's quite literally, if you fall, you die, okay? So just before I show you the big stone, I'm gonna show you the construction here. You can see that steel is literally just bolted in to the side of this cliff, right? And there are people working on that. They're obviously expanding, making different viewpoints for this place. But I just find it insane. Another thing is, labor here is crazy cheap. Okay, so you see like 10 guys working up here at a time, and it's like $2 an hour, like for average minimum wage, right? So 10 dudes, that's costing you 20 Australian dollars per hour, which is just insane. You've got a little concrete section over here. I saw how they do that the other day. It's so different to Australia. They don't put like rebar and stuff down. It's like mesh they put down. This like fabric mesh. You can actually, you see a bit there. They got this fabric mesh underneath the concrete. It's not rebar. So I guess it's just a cheaper way for them to do it. I'm certain it's not better. I'm certain that it's nowhere near. It wouldn't have the same structural integrity as if it were to have rebar. But here we are, the final view, which is the big stone here. And you know, if you fall off, you're done for. I wouldn't want to come up here when it's raining, but I'm glad it's not raining. So you've got a reasonably uninterrupted view aside from those trees there. It's such a nice spot though. I remember before I come here having not really, excuse me, too high of expectations, because I only really come here to, you know, get content and get some work done. It's very different to what I was expecting though, in all the right ways as well. So where I've been so far, it's been Dubai, Vietnam, and now Thailand, Koh Samui. So, but I can't choose between either one of the three. And I was saying this to my mate the other day. It's because they're all so different in their own way. Like none of them were the same. All of them have their goods and bads. Like I'm not going to say Thailand has its bads per se. There are a few annoying things that you're going to have to get used to if you're coming here for a substantial amount of time, like 2 weeks plus. For example, it might be like this right now and you think, holy shit, it's going to rain. And then all of a sudden we'll get to the bottom of the hill, it'll get sunny. You'll be like, oh damn, I was just at the top of the hill. Why couldn't it be sunny when we're up there? And then you'll have instances where you'll wake up, it'll be sunny, then it'll piss down rain for 5 minutes, and then it'll be super humid and hot because it's just pissed down rain, all the moisture in the air. There's a few trade-offs for all the places. Dubai, of course, is just hot as fuck. But we're about to head down the bottom of the hill, the mountain I should say. This isn't a hill. You can see how nice this view is. That's the hand everyone gets viral moments on, right? You always see people taking videos and stuff on Instagram. That's the whole reason this place has become popularized, because as I was saying, if that sign wasn't there, it wasn't on Google Maps, you wouldn't even know it was here. Like, it's in the most random of areas. We're so lucky to have been able to get up here this morning, have the opportunity to film without anyone else up here. Like, I was actually thinking when we got up here that maybe there's a possible chance we wouldn't even be able to get in. But now I'm just going to explore down here, go into some different areas, because I feel like there's places I haven't got. Yeah. Okay, so there's like a deck here. There's like a bar. There's the restaurant. And this is like the area you go if you've just come up here to chill, have some drinks, maybe have some nice food. It's a pretty sick view. Like imagine that's your table at the bar, right? You're just chilling there, looking over the whole city. Wow. And they got more tables down here. Brother, this would be a killer business in Australia. But lads, I'm headed down to the bottom of the hill right now. I'm about halfway back to the bike. But before I end the video, I want to try something that's maybe a little bit risky, but I think it'll be pretty cool. So I'm not sure if anyone's sleeping in here, right? You got a jungle hut, but I want to suss out what's actually in there, okay? Curiosity killed the cat. There's just no way anyone lives in there, bro. It sort of just looks like a storage shed, bro. I've got to be careful of the poison ivy on the ground. I made it this far. So this must be like a worker's shed, bro, because there's half-eaten chicken and rice there. I thought someone lived in here, okay? Because people live in those ones that are further down. This is just like a workstation, I guess. I'm hesitant to even open this door, right? Lord only knows what'll be in there. A toilet, okay. Oh, fuck. Brother, that's the worst smelling toilet I've ever smelled. It literally smells like fucking pure shit. Oh my days. I mean, what more could I expect? It's a Thai toilet 250 meters above sea level. We're headed back down the mountain. What I'm going to try and do, see if we can explore more of those little huts. So like this one coming up here is like actually someone's house. Like you can see the bit that they live in underneath. So obviously you got the top bit there where they work, like that's the bar and that. But if you look down the bottom there, okay, this portion here, That's someone's house. You can see their supplies. There's like a little bedroom down there. See where I'm talking? Like you can see there's an actual house down there. See the backyard's got like a chicken coop and stuff. They've got a table and that out the back. See, that's crazy. Like in Western countries, you'll have like poor, middle class and rich, and then you'll just have homeless people. But you certainly don't see people going out into the forest and building full-on huts. You might see homeless people setting up tents. I don't think those people would be considered homeless here though. I think they'd just be considered lower class citizens, because they take it upon themselves to go into the jungle, gather the resources and build full little homes for themselves because they can't afford to buy a property here in Koh Samui. So it's crazy. You'll have on the same island that there's luxury villas, you know, $5,000 a night stays, you've also got people living in huts, you know, like a kilometre away. That's insane. The area we're in is not a poor area by any means, but I've just gotten down to the bottom of the hill here. Hello. Yeah? 20. He got me. I'm gonna have to pay him today. So see, he's got a shop here, and then he's got the parking. So that's how he makes a living. He's got the parking here for the overlap stone too, because obviously you can't take your bike beyond there. It's so cool how people will just make like anything work here. So sick. We're gonna head back down the mountain. I'm gonna head back home. Let me know if you've enjoyed this style of content, because it's pretty different to what I've been doing on this channel. I'm just throwing shit at the wall hoping it sticks, you know, trying new stuff every day. So if you did enjoy, comment down below if you want to see more of this style of content. I'll see you in the next one. Hit the sub button if you did enjoy, smash the like.